Good morning, students. I am Kamal Nath and I am going to explain you the ending part of the story of chapter 8. I welcome you all and hope that this video session will be very interesting for you, very knowledgeable for you, and you will learn a lot. As you know, student, I have already explained you the beginning and middle part of the story, and as it had been a very long story, so it needed some more periods. Today I will conclude this one and I will even discuss some question answers of the exercise that is given in your book. I hope you all are writing in your copy, learning them well. Student, you remember very well, I had explained you how the old governess, whose name was Amelie, claimed that she belonged to Kernogros family. She was one of the members of Kernogros family. So everyone was surprised. And after some days, she became very ill and she confined herself in her room. After that, you know, the Baroness was quite busy in her work because there were so many guests in her house. So she was managing with great difficulty to them. But she went, once when she went to see how the old lady, the governess, was in her room, she saw that all the windows were opened in that chilly cold. It was extreme cold, so much cold, but all the windows were open. She was laying on the bed. So the Baroness moved towards the windows to shut it. But the old lady, the governess, whose name was Amelie, stopped her in a very commanding way. She was the governess of that family. She was working for Grubel family. But in this hour, she commanded and instructed her not to do so, not to shut the window. The Baroness told that she would die out of cold. It was so cold that she would die. The governess answered she was going to die anyway, whether it was opened or closed. She felt that it was her last hour, ending hour of the life. So she stopped and even instructed her to go out. She went outside the room, rejoined her guests, and then only the sound of the wolves and the dogs were heard. Howling sound of the wolves and then the dog barking heard. At the same time, there was crashing, the sound of crashing of the tree. It was very much clear what a prediction the old lady, the governess, had done was going to prove it true, because she had told that if any member of Kernogres family died, in that case, howling sound of the wolves could be heard, barking of dogs could be heard, and that was the hour she was going to die. Her soul was going to leave her body. And at the same moment, the Baroness and other members heard the crashing of a tree in the park. And so, it was quite clear that she was dying, she was living. And as she had told the fact about the castle, that she belonged to one of the members of Kernogres family, was going to come true. This fact was going to come true. So you see here, this is what here in the ending part. And let us see the content of the closing part that I have here written. You may write in your copy as well if you want really to remember everything well. When she died, just next day, the news of her death appeared in the newspapers. The deceased was identified means the departed soul, was identified as Amélie. Her name was printed in the newspaper, Amélie von Kranogres, means she was the member of Kranogres. She was described as a valued friend of Baron and Baroness Grobel. In this way it was described in the paper. If either the Baron or the Baroness put the notice in the newspaper, then they were claiming the distinction of friendship with the last of the Kranogres race. They were claiming that they belong to that race, to Kranogres race. This of course was a hollow pretension, since they actually despised her. They were not concerned. They hated. Conrad felt sympathy with Amélie. However, I do not think that Saki wants us to think. Saki here is the writer. I don't think that Saki wants us to think that he put the announcement in the newspaper. This would blunt the satire. The Saki, and Saki was first and foremost a satirist. So let us see next part of the story, that is at what understanding the text. Question answer. Student, you remember I have already explained and discussed first, second and third question answers in the previous videos. Here you have the next question 4 with a statement, with a line, with an extract from the chapter, and based on that there are some questions to answer. Let us see. I have answered. You will write in copy and you will learn it. One is sorry for her, of course, but it is extremely annoying all the same. Who is the speaker? Who was he or she referring to? A speaker is the Baroness, and she is referring to the dying old governess. Why was the speaker both annoyed with and sorry for the person? The speaker was annoyed because the house was full of guests and the governess had fallen ill and confined herself in her room. She was sorry as well because she had never been so seriously ill. She had never seen her so seriously ill, but an indifferent part of the family. The old lady had been an different part of the family. Let us see now another question. See, do you think the speaker really felt both annoyed and sorry? And why do you think so? Yes, the speaker felt annoyed because in absence of her, she was not able to manage her guests, because there were so many guests at that time in the family and it was difficult for the Baroness to manage them. She was sorry because she was sympathetic towards her. She was certainly sympathetic towards the old lady. That music is not to be bought for any amount of money, said Conrad. Which music was Conrad referring to? And why did he call it music? The howling sounds of the dogs and wolves was referred to music, as I had already explained to you in the story. The howling sounds of the dogs and wolves was referred to music. Conrad called it music because he had poetic imagination. Already in the beginning of the story, we learned that Conrad was a prosperous merchant and he had a mind of a poet, imagination of a poet. So there are some here more questions. B. What did he say this in response to? What did he say this in response to? In response, he told to listen the sound of a splitting and crashing of a tree. He also heard the sound of crashing of the tree, so he drew the attention of other members of the family and told to listen the sound of a splitting and crashing of a tree. Why did he say that the music could not be bought. He said so because it was the music of death. It was the music of death, wailing sound, wailing music, which was produced by the howling of dogs and the wolves before death. So it could not be bought. So student, this was what? The ending part of the story, The Wolves of Carnogros, and I'm sure that you must have enjoyed this, as this story is here the personal perception, personal view, personal belief of the writer. That is, he believed in supernatural forces and magical powers, and he used to write such stories. So this story you have enjoyed, you have learned, is also one of them, and certainly you must have enjoyed. So you please write down all these answers in your copy and learn them. In the next video, I will have some more question answers, exclusive question answers, grammar based question answer, that is grammar and uses. And so till then, please you be safe and sound. Thank you all.